Hey peeps, my name is Naisha and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to do something a little bit different, which is me talking about Bridgerton 3 season 3, the first half of season 3. Also there will be spoilers, so if you haven't seen Bridgerton season 3, you should check out the first half of season 3 you should check out yourself. Now, and I'm also going to say that this is my opinions and my opinions only. So take that as you will. And hey, if you want to have a conversation in the comments in this video, just go ahead and, say what you guys say about this season so far. Now, with that being said, I'm going to be honest. I'm going to say I'm just gonna say what I feel, and that is I didn't this season really did piss me off with this first half, and that's because, like, I remember watching someone recently, a YouTuber, I forgot his name. He came up in my recommendation section on YouTube after I finished watching Pay or Wait interview with Bridgerton. Well, Shonda from Pay or Wait from Pay or Wait. And the guy said something in the recommended video. He said something that I agree with. He said that like on paper, the person that plays Colin and Penelope, they are the main, they're the main cast on paper. Like they're the main two people on paper. However, when watching the first part of season 3, it just doesn't seem like it. And I'm gonna be honest, I didn't really care about their story. Like, if I'm being honest, I really didn't care about their story. Like, don't get me wrong, I love Colin and Penelope, and every time they was on the scene, I was happy for them. But if you ask me, um, like, did I mind the other storylines that was going on? I would say no. Like, for instance, season 2 with Kate and Anthony, I'm not gonna lie, I hated everybody else's storyline. Like, I didn't care about, like, every time someone else, like, other people will pop up, I'd be like, oh my goodness, I don't care about y'all. Get out the way. Like, I could care less about anybody's, like, storyline other than Kate and Anthony in season 2. And I feel like it's mainly because of season 1, because season 1 was mostly and always Daphne and Simon. Like, it was always them. Like, yeah, you had you had little bits and scenes from people, but majority of the time it was always them, and I enjoyed that. And then when season 2 came out, again, I I was like so into Anthony and Kate. Anyone else other than Anthony and Kate and I want to say Edwina, like, if it wasn't those three, I didn't care. Like, I didn't care. I didn't care. I was like, I ain't paying no attention to it. I didn't give a flying flip. Like, don't get me wrong, some of the scenes were funny, but I didn't give a flying flip with season 3, because I wasn't really like in tune with Colin and Penelope. I was more focused on everybody else's storyline. Like, for example, Will and Alice. Like, um to see them basically come up in this society with like all the other noble people and things like that, because Will and Alice's son, well, elder son, inherited Alice aunt's, estate and title. So now he's a baron, and because he's a baron, like, he and his family are now living in this beautiful mansion of a place, and now they're in high society. And especially how Will navigates, and Alice too, but how Will wants to keep running his establishment when, because he's in high society, he doesn't need to run an establishment, but he still wants to because it's his thing and he cares about his bar and stuff. And you could see that he, like, you know, even though he's in high society, he still wants to do what he loves. And people keep telling him, he can't do it, but he's trying to fight through it and things like that. And of course, I see that, like, it seems like Violet and Lady Danbury's brother seem like they're gonna hit it off, like, because every time, like, Violet goes to one of these balls, he's always there chatting her up and stuff. So it's like, I'm interested in that. Then Francesca, like, I'm sorry, that girl is hilarious. Like, I laughed when Benedict said, "You do realize what song she was playing just now?" And Violet's like, "What you mean?" And he said she was playing, like, I want to say a funeral march or something like that. I bust out laughing. I was like, "Francesca, you funny girl, you hilarious." Like, like, Francesca is ready to get it over with. Like, she wants to be married, but she also just wants to get over with. And you know what? I don't blame her. Again, I was enjoying her, and then of course, every time you see Kate and Anthony on the screen, like, you can't help but just stop and just watch them and just want them to continue to do whatever they're doing. You feel me? And then of course, Ellery's, her um friendship with, I feel like I'm gonna butcher her name, so I'm just gonna call her Cress, because her friendship with Cress. Now, I didn't realize that was a relationship, a friendship. I mean, that was a friendship that I was interested in seeing, because, like, I ain't gonna lie, I always thought Cress was like a a B. I thought she was a huge B. However, when you get to know, like, her situation, you kind of realize why she is the way she is. Even though it doesn't excuse it, you understand why she is the way she is and stuff. And then, not only that, but Lady Fellington, oh my goodness, she is funny, especially that scene where she is talking to her older two daughters, and she's like, when a man inserts himself, and then the short one is like, inserts himself where? Like, I'm sorry, I was laughing, like, it was hilarious. Again, I felt like I was like into everybody's I was into everybody else storyline, that I didn't really care for, like, Colin and Penelope like that. Like, yeah, again, when they was on scene, I enjoyed it, but I also was enjoying everybody else storyline. Like, it wasn't like how it is with Kate and Anthony, or Daphne and Simon, or even the spin-off Queen Charlotte. Like how I care about all the other couples except for, like, Colin and Penelope. and stuff like that. And then, oh my goodness, I just feel like I hate the way Penelope acts in this season. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. Even though I haven't read the book, I heard that in in Colin's book, Penelope, she's more bold and brazen, she's witty, and she's coming to her own. I also heard that she also loses weight and stuff like that, which I was like, okay. But I like the bold and brazen and witty part, and I really thought that Penelope was gonna be bold and brazen and even witty. Like I thought she was gonna let her real personality come out and shine, especially when she's in that beautiful green dress. That dress was gorgeous. I'm sorry. Nick Nick, she's a gorgeous girl. Like, she is a gorgeous, gorgeous woman. She's a beautiful woman. So, like, she was, like, I'm sorry, but she was wearing that dress, baby. So, when I thought Penelope was, like, coming out in that dress, that gorgeous dress, I thought she was going to really show her, like, her personality. But then she started to get nervous and things like that. And I was like, no, 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 Penelope, no. Oh, I kept saying, shut up, Penelope, shut up. Like, oh my goodness, it was so cringy to me. I didn't care for it. I also didn't like the storyline of, like, basically, Colin helping Penelope get a man, because I feel like all Penelope gotta do is just go with the flow. Like, because again, she's so witty, like, and then she's breathtakingly beautiful. So it's like, I was just, I kind of wish that she didn't need help for Colin. Also, I was trying to figure out another reason why I couldn't really get into the whole, into season 3. I was like, man, what is missing from it? And then I realized, because somebody said something about flashbacks, and I was like, that's why. Because I'm not gonna lie, in every season, even in the spinoff, there's always, well, the spinoff itself was a flashback and stuff, because they kept flashing forward, and then of course they go back to, like, the past and things like that. But, like, especially in season 1 and in season 2, they had flashbacks and stuff, and you got to know more. Like, in season 2, you got to know more about Anthony, how he is the way he is, how he feels the way he feels. Because I ain't gonna lie, I just thought Anthony was a hoe, just being a hoe. But then I see why, like, he didn't really care about love, why he was so against love and things like that, and why, like, when it comes to, like, his sense of duty, why he just kind of, is the way he is. And it's like, again, when you get the flashbacks, you understand why. Same thing with Simon, why Simon didn't want kids and things like that, because of his father and how his father treated his mother. Like, you get to see all those things. Again, part 1, there's no flashbacks and stuff like that. And I'm gonna be honest, even though we know that Colin and Penelope is friends, I would like to know how they became friends. Like, I know it's because of Eloise, but, like, the first time they met, like how, like, what was it like? I kind of wish they would have did some flashbacks and things like that. Also, I feel like the only the only scenes that, like, I liked were, of course, the carrot scene. I'm not gonna lie, that was intense. Like, I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna give the actor and, like, I'm gonna give the actors they prop in that carrot scene. They did that like it was okay. It was chef kiss. It's like, mwah, yeah, I love it. However, there was other scenes that I liked as well, like when Colin cut his hand and Penelope was helping bandage it and things like that. Um, and I also like the scene where like she has like a cupcake and she's like like licking the icing and stuff like that. And you see Colin looking at her lips. I know the scene that really I didn't like was her begging him for a kiss. I was like, I didn't like that scene. Only not the fact that she was begging for a kiss, but it seems like as soon as they kiss, you see that he start to feel something. And I know people could go in details and say that he always was feeling stuff, but it's just not the same, okay? It's just not the same for me and stuff. However, um, but yeah, I was like, I feel like that's all I have to say about it. Like, I just like again, we get more of everyone else like storyline than Colin and Penelope, and I was just so interested in everyone else storyline that it's just heck, even Benedict with the widow, I was like, oh, look at Benedict getting busy. Like I was like, okay. Okay, and also I just have a question, and this is me. Why does it seem like every man except for Will? Why does it seem like every man in the show is a hoe? I'm just saying. It seemed like cause like even when season one, we see Simon, he's sleeping with like women. Season two, even in season one, you see Anthony just getting busy with people. And even in season three, Colin, because I thought Colin was, well, also Benedict, he gets a little bit busy, I want to say in one, two, and even season three now. But I'm just saying, I was like, Colin, when did Colin became a rake? I was like, okay, I ain't know. Like, I didn't know how to feel about that. Well, I didn't know how to feel about that. I was irritated about that. I was also irritated that every time Colin speak, all the women would be like, like, I was like, he ain't saying nothing. Like, I'm sorry, but like, he literally wasn't saying a thing and stuff. Like, everything he said, like, it just seemed like he was having a normal conversation with them and they would just giggle and just smile. And I was like, wow. Y'all really trying to find you a man, huh? Mm. Like, and I get it, it was the time, but I feel like that, I feel like, from like season one and two, like when you do see a woman giggle at a man and things like that, he has something like, he said something slick, you feel me? And I just feel like Colin wasn't saying nothing slick. I just feel like Colin was just, to me, he was being kind of corny. I'm not gonna lie, like everything he said, it seemed like he was, like he read from a player's handbook. That's the vibe it was giving me. Okay, I was like, okay, interesting, interesting. But overall, it was a nice season. Um, if I had to rank, um, if I had to rank the seasons and even put Queen Charlotte in the mix, to me it would be season one of Bridgerton, then Queen Charlotte, then season two, and then season three. That's how it would be and stuff. You know what? Matter of fact, Queen Charlotte and the season one of Bridgerton, they would be like in number one place in my opinion. Um, Season two of Bridgerton would be like second place, and then of course season three would be third place. Cause like I said, it wasn't like I didn't get the vibe like I got with again Queen Charlotte and Bridgerton one and two, like seasons one and two. I didn't get the vibe like I got from like I didn't get goosebumps and things like that. I'm gonna be honest, even the music I didn't care for the music in season 3. Like, I feel like the only songs that I cared about, there was three moments where Penelope was walking like in the ball with in her green gown. That was the first. The second was when she and Mr. Lord Dublin, they was dancing and Colin was looking at them. You know, when Colin like realizes that he is in love with Penelope. And then the third would be the carriage scene and stuff like that. Like, those are the three like times that I enjoy the music in season 3. The other times I didn't care. I did not care. But that was the only 3 times I enjoy the soundtrack. So I was like, hopefully, like the second half will be better. Like, that's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping that the second half will be better. Will make up for the first half, because I'm gonna be honest, the first half is just making the season look okay. I'm being completely honest. So I'm hoping that part 2 would give us that oomph that we want, that we like been craving, that we have been getting from seasons 1 and 2 and even the spinoff. So, but overall, I'm still gonna keep watching because, like I said, I do enjoy and want to see what's next, especially since we already know that Penelope is the Lady Whistledown, and then of course um in part 1, shoot, Colin keeps hounding Eloise and even Penelope, but more than less Eloise. That's who he keep hounding about, like, what's the beef between her and Penelope. So I just can't wait to see like what happens when he finds out and stuff, because there's definitely gonna be a big blow up, but I want to know like how bad and things like that. So I'm kind of like, interested to see what happens. Overall, that's all I have to say about the first half of Bridgerton season 3. Let me know down in the comments below how you guys feel about part 1 of this season. Were your likes, your dislikes? Did I miss anything? Just let me know in the comments down below. And please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. It would mean the world to me. And until next time, see ya!